I've my random thoughts for Sunday. I haven't been feeling very good. I recently had a small stroke-like episode and fear that my genetic disorder is advancing more than what I would like it to do. When you think about it, it's a hard thing to think about, since the majority of the presentation of the disease is solely inherited by the mother. And there is no cure or treatment that has been created for this, so it's like, what can you do? What can I do? It's like saying, oh, well, we think that you're going to suffer for the rest of your life, and it's a high possibility that you do. And there's nothing you can do about it. I was at work one day and felt a pain go through my left side of my head and face and rest of my body, and felt like things were dying for a short time. And now the only long-term symptom is a strong numbing feeling on the left side of my body. So the doctors order a bunch of tests. Well, tests may explain some things and be an indicator of things, but what are you gonna do when you're issued a death sentence? Is this a dead man, Spock? He surely is. Now, this is where the long-term planning may come into play, where unfortunately my parents and myself haven't really accepted the fact of the high possibility that the condition, which can advance more than to the point where I can't do anything, where I can't work, where I can't function, I cannot think, I cannot even eat, I cannot see, and I cannot speak. And even the alternative doctors that try to help may not be able to repair any of the damage, and only reduce the risk of more damage. Only lightly. I was hoping that my parents, when I was first diagnosed, had created some sort of trust fund or long-term disability plan, but it doesn't seem like they did that, or and I'm on my own, and I've done a lot. I've got a long-term career and everything, where they do offer some types of insurance for disability, but now the way I read it, you can't have a pre-existing condition, so I don't know if I qualify for that. And it's unfortunate that they made this mistake and didn't predict the future, but they did do that for my younger brother that has a more common problem. So now I'm just waiting for information on the tests that they sent me to do, and fortunately these weren't as painful as some of the ones I've had in the past. But I feel very trapped, and where I feel like I don't have any options. And some of the doctors are trying to help, but it's like the experimental medicine again. And I'm afraid to do any of that because I've had a bad experience with some in the past where it even caused more problems than was supposed to help. So the mitochondrial disease that I'm talking about ends with an S, and one of the doctors, the specialist I saw in the 80s, because this disease didn't become a name until 1980, around there. The S, he said the S stands for stroke. So I'm trying to do the best I can, and that's all I really can do, but it's not looking good if I'm starting to get more advanced symptoms that I've never had before. So I'm kind of stuck in limbo while the doctors process all the lab tests and stuff like that, but fortunately it's a hard thing to grip even after 30 years of having this, that it's a high likely that it could degenerate even more to the point where I can't even do anything, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about that if it does that. And I might as well just say what the disease is, because I've only done that as that I protect my identity, but it doesn't really matter, because they can't. It's still a very rare condition, but unfortunately it's more common and well known of these days, ever since it was first being diagnosed and named, and I was part of that in my youth. The name is called Mitochondrial Myopathy. Short acronym name, MILOS. Mitochondrial myopathy, lactic acidosis, and stroke-like episodes. So that's a hard word to pronounce.